We have the depth. Now just how we're going to use it.
We hear from the quarterbacks and wide receivers how big the spring is for them in terms of working on their routes. As far as your position group, what's the biggest thing that the defensive lineman can work on in the summer when can't have the pads on and coaching? What can they
really is back to the base, back to the fundamental technique, working on things that we can't get a chance to do, like drops and sled work, in the boards, video study, those kind of things. Those are things we'll do in the offseason.
How's Tracy doing, and how big of an addition will he be coming back to the lineup?
Yeah, he's going to be a bonus for us coming back, actually. I think he's pretty close. We're still monitoring him a little bit. He got some indie work right down the end of the spring ball, but now we'll go full speed, see what happens.
With the rotation, can you talk about the balance you have to walk of wanting to keep your guys fresh, but also wanting to keep your best players out there, maybe a guy like Nick Bosa or whoever you want to say, Tyquan Lewis, so just that balance of keeping guys fresh but getting your best players out there.
I think that's the end of the day. I tell guys all the time, at the end of the game, our best players got to be on the field. And we're always going to take that philosophy that no matter where we are on the field, substitution-wise, that the game is close, our best guy who's ready to go to make the plays is going to be on the field.
And numbers-wise, will the rotation be similar to last year? Is it like top 8 guys or whatever that might be?
Yeah, we might stretch to 10. We might end up going to 10 guys playing. Depends on the situation that we're in. But we're going to see 10 guys playing.
There's maybe some young guys that came along this spring, guys like Jayshon Cornell, Malik Barrow, whoever comes to mind that's maybe a young guy hasn't played much. But
I think Jayshon's come along a long ways. I think he's got a chance to help us. Malik Barrow and just really come into his starting to move forward. And John Cooper, who's hurt most of the spring, but has promised to do well. Rashad Berry's got a chance to help us out. And then, of course, B.B. Landers, I thought had a good spring.
How is Cooper's health? How is Cooper's health?
Each spring he had a hamstring. And hamstrings, he's a powerful runner. He runs really hard, really fast. So he's one of those guys you got to watch. So we kind of kept him out to make sure he could go. But he's fine. He's ready to go now.
You got a guy like Chase Young coming in, who maybe in most programs might be coming in as a starter. Here he might be a 4th stringer. How do you think he's going to deal with that about really working his way up the totem pole, so to speak?
Well, we have opportunity to compete. I think that's the bottom line. I think the thing we got to be careful about that, even though we have 4 guys returning, those 4 guys got to work to keep their jobs, keep their status. So there's going to be an open process. I'm going to always have the ability to play the best players on the field. And if he walks in and he's ready to go, he's got a chance to help us. And there's a good chance we're going to try to find a way to use it.
Are you pretty excited about him, what he can bring to the table?
No question. He has a lot of things that he brings to the table. Not only a great kid, he's a great student of the game. He really loves the game, great football IQ. And he's got some athleticism that I think is really neat for a guy 6'6".
Have you ever had this kind of depth on the defensive line in your career?
Not in a while. Never, not in a while. This is kind of different.
What makes it so different? I mean, I know you have a bunch of defensive ends.
Interchangeable guys. Guys can do different things. So I can take a defensive end and put him at 3 technique, rush the passers, put a guy at nose guard. I think that's what makes them really special. They can all move up and down the line of scrimmage. When you do that, you can get the right matchups you want.
Larry, you mentioned Jonathan Cooper. He's a big time get for you guys when you guys got him. Can you take me through just his progression from the beginning of his career to now? Has he been slowed by injuries a little bit, or
just a hamstring? And he hit their hamstring this spring. He needed like 700 plays. That's most young player to get into spring ball. He had spring ball before last year, but didn't get him many plays I wanted him to get. This year I was going to soak about 600 in him, and he probably going to get about 225 plays. So we need to give him more volume to get him ready to play in the fall. And we will. He'll get that now through videotape and work off season.
Is that somebody that you think could? I know you guys are deep, and it's going to be hard to get anybody on the field, let alone somebody who's a little younger. Do you think that he's somebody that could?
Yeah, we got to find a way. We got to find a way to keep them fresh, keep these guys fresh. You never know. We one play away from making a substitution. We got something happen. So you hate to write anybody off at this stage.
Can it ever be a problem to have too much talent? I know it's kind of a crazy question.
No, you never can have too much. It's a long season. I mean, this Big Ten conference, anything can happen. The minute you go, when you have a lot of guys, all of a sudden, knock on wood, we get a guy hurt, get a dink, and then start changing real fast. And so you got to be ready. I'm always aware that you got to be ready for the next guy to go.
You should have Jalen, because he's a guy who has had a breakthrough last year, but he's still not a quote-unquote starter. But he takes a leadership role. I know he's a vocal guy. He was involved with getting Jacob, that play. What does he mean to the line, and what's his potential?
I tell you what, if you go back and watch film at Jalen last year, I thought he played the most consistent on the guys. And I think he's a starter in my mind. I don't look at this guy who's going again. You're a starter, you practice like a starter. He practices with the one, so to me, he's the one. I think he brings a lot to the table. He's got high energy, he's got great leadership skills, and he wants to be great. And you're a guy who works as hard as he's working, being in positions right now. I'm really excited about what Jalen can bring to the table. I look forward to watching him play going through. This is next year.
You guys really had to manage the situation with Nick Bosa last year, and I know his reps continue to increase as the season progressed. Where is he now? And just reflect on how you guys had to kind of manage his reps coming off the ACL last year.
You miss a whole senior year of high school football, and people keep don't remind her of that you push a guy too far, it could be out again. And according to his doctors, they wanted to manage the reps too. And so I just thought going into the season, let's not try to overload him too fast. Let's give him a chance to get his feet well, get comfortable playing fast. And as you can see, as he played more, the better he became because he got used to playing, for being on the football for 1 year. Now the range is off. We're going to let him go.
So much is expected of him, maybe because of the name, and he was a big-time recruit. I mean, what are realistic expectations for Nick Bosa this year in your opinion?
If he can be better than he was last year, that's really one day at a time, one game at a time. And I think he's got some good things in his toolbox he's working on. If he can improve his game as a sophomore, man, that's all you can ask. I don't think he's